My name is Frank. Frank Idemudia Alapa, that's my name. Talking sports is my game, and I am the greatest. I love listening to Better TV radio. For undiluted, unadulterated, it's probably replicated but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Better TV radio. I seriously love listening to it.
What's up, y'all? This is Tupac.
Hey, this is Lady Gaga.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce.
This is the Basement Jackets. It's your boy, the Baby Bash.
Hey, this is Justin Bieber. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Kelly Clarkson.
Hey, what's up? This is 50 Cent. Yeah, this is your boy, Flo Rida. Believe that.
Yo, what's the deal? This is Ja Rule.
What up? This is Kesha.
This is David Get Up.
What's up with Destiny's Child?
This your boy, Drake.
Hi, this is Rihanna.
Hey, this is...
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timi Dakolo, and you're listening to Better TV radio. Stay tuned.
TV radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen.
Are you looking for where to get the most quality and affordable furniture in Nigeria? Then look no further, because Chooks Interiors is your solution. From sofas to dining sets, tables, center rugs, you name it, we have got you covered. Check out any of our showrooms at Airport Road in Ikeja, Festac, or Alaba International Market. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Chooks_Interiors. That is at CHUKS_Interiors. Call or send us a WhatsApp message on 0808 017 1229. That's 0808 017 1229. And we would love to hear from you. We are Chooks Interiors, and we offer quality for every budget.
You're listening to Better TV and radio. This is radio like you never heard before. Better TV radio, the pathfinder for radio.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on the Legato TV radio. My name is Daffy Matthew. So I love to come in the Legato on Sports. Let's hit the ground running. It's Tuesday, so it's tactical. A lot of tactical talk is going to go on as Abib Ayodeji wants us to do. So we're going to run it up on some tactics and plenty of questions to ask. What must Arsenal do to get better? Now let's look at the Premier League from when Man City took the mantle of leadership and start off from there and then analyze some things from a tactical point of view, and then we can maybe look at the possible chances of any of the contenders, because now we can stand up and say, okay, this is the standard bar or the gold standard of the Premier League. There's the new sheriff in town. His name is Pep Guardiola. Nobody wins 4 in 135 years of the English league starting. Nobody wins 4 in a row, and all of a sudden somebody just did 4. Okay, so is the gold standard. No more Alex Ferguson, no more Bobby Shankly, nobody. Okay, Sam Busby or whatever, not B Cosby or Bill, whatever, Herbert Chapman, anybody. Nobody falls into that role anymore. You've had the first ever Premier League title or English League title in 1888-89 season was won by Preston North End, and Aston Villa came second. And then they went on to defend their title. Everton came second. Having tested second, Everton said, no, we're not going to lose this one. In the 1890-1891 season, Everton won it. I'm not going to be able to run you through all of it, but I'm just going to start the conversation and then we'll see it from there. Okay, it was called the Football League at the time. Okay, and the Football League ran from 1888 to 1892, and in 1892 it was Sunderland who won it. But then one team was consistent in all of this time. Preston North End won it twice and came second twice, but then they didn't stop there. In 1892-93 season, Sunderland again won it, which is twice now, and this time they had added an extension to the name. It was now Football League First Division. So it was Football League before, then they had the Football League First Division that started in 1892 up until 1992. That was pretty much of a long time, right? Okay, so let me give you some push that you will see. Sunderland won the second straight, and then Preston North End was still there in the running. Preston North End obviously really had it going at the beginning of the race, but then Aston Villa showed up after coming second in the first season. In the fifth season of the race, or the sixth season of the race, they won it for the very first time, and Sunderland was second. And then Sunderland said, no, we want to go back, and then they went back again, and then they won it, this time for the third time, but not three straight. It was two straight, and then again, Aston Villa came back, and they won it back to back. Okay, and then they lost it to Sheffield United, and then they came back again and won it back to back. Liverpool got their first ever league title win in 1901 season with Sunderland coming second. Then Sunderland showed up again, man. So when you look at Sunderland, don't disrespect them. They've been rolling the roads back in the day. Then there is the Wednesday. Okay, it became Sheffield Wednesday anyway. The Wednesday, they won it once, and then again they won it again. Man City was second. First time you're mentioning Man City in the conversation. Then Newcastle won it, and then Liverpool, and then Newcastle won it, and then Manchester United won it, and then Newcastle won it again. Aston Villa, Man United, Blackburn Rovers, Sunderland, Blackburn Rovers, Everton. This was in 1914. Remember, between 1916 season to 1919 season, the league was suspended, and you know the reason why it was suspended. First World War. Okay, when you hear 1915 to 1919, it was the First World War. So the league was suspended in that period. By the time they came back, it was the West Bromwich Albionites that won the league, with Burnley coming second. Burnley now won the league. Yeah, this Burnley that just got relegated, Vincent Kompany's Burnley won the league. Then Liverpool in 1921-22 season, they won it, which is their third one, and then they won their fourth one the following season. Huddersfield Town was the first ever football club in England to win 3 straight titles. They won in between 1923-24 season to 1926 season. They won the first, second, third, straight up. First time ever that was happening. All of this conversation that I'm giving you, only once did Arsenal showed up in second position. That was in 1925-1926 season, where Huddersfield Town won it. Arsenal showed up in second position for the very first time. But then they had a test of it, like feeling it. But Everton came back again to win their third Premier League title, with Huddersfield Town coming second. And then the Wednesday winning their third one, with Leicester City coming second for the very first time. Sheffield Wednesday, you see, when you look at the league, the teams were evolving as fast as possible, and from the Wednesday, that was the name, Sheffield Wednesday have come to win it again, but this is their fourth title. So some of you kind of show disrespect. There's no Chelsea here, Tottenham Hotspur, nobody. Okay, we'll wait to 60s and 70s votes in Tottenham Hotspur. Again, that shitty club was not available. And then after that, Arsenal said, okay, it's about time. Let's get down to this business. And Arsenal won it in the 1930-1931 season, with Aston Villa coming second, their seventh time coming second. And then Arsenal, lost it to Everton, who's winning their fourth title, with Arsenal coming second for the second time. But then after that, Arsenal went 3 straight, okay, won their second league title, their third league title, and their fourth league title between 1932-33 season to 1934-35 season. Then they went further down. Sunderland won their sixth title, Manchester City won their first title in 1936-1937 season, Arsenal won their fifth title in 37-38 season, Everton won their fifth title as well. And then 1939-1940, the Second World War, the drum beat had started, and then the league again got suspended. And then by the time the Second World War ended in 46-47, it was Liverpool who won their 5th league title. Manchester United was second. Arsenal won their 6th league title the following season. Manchester United again were second. Portsmouth won their first title and their second title back to back. And then in the 50-51 season, Tottenham Hotspur City Club won their first ever league title, with Manchester United coming second for the 4th time. And then this time Manchester United couldn't hear it. The next time they won it, and then it was the 3rd title for Manchester United. Second time Spurs were coming second. Arsenal came back to win their 7th, Wolverhampton Wanderers. And then let's push it further down to the time where, we'll talk about the new era. In the 1992-1993 season, Manchester United won their 8th league title, their first Premier League in the new Premier League era, with Alex Ferguson in charge. And then that winning run ran for a while. They won it back-to-back. Then Kenny Dalglish's Blackburn Rovers won it in 94-95 season. That was a very unique season, beating Manchester United to it, just the same way Everton won the FA Cup with Andres Limpa. Scoring that goal with Amokashi on the side, and they won the FA Cup. Manchester United lost that one. The following season, Manchester United won their 10th English league title, 3rd Premier League title. So Alex Ferguson was still in charge. And then again, 97-98 season, Arsenal won the double. Manchester United came second for the 12th time. Arsenal was now 11-time champion of the Premier League of English football. And then the following season, which is the 98-99 season, the season where Man United won the treble. And I'm going to ask this one. A lot of Man United fans will not be happy, but I'm going to ask this question. Who's won a better treble of all the teams that have won the treble? Man United, Barcelona, Chelsea. No, Chelsea have not won the treble. Bayern Munich. Which other team have won the treble? Inter Milan. I think I love the Inter Milan one. But I think the worst treble winner is Man United in 1999. Yes, everything was last minute. But see, the goalkeeping form of Peter Schmeichel that season was terrible. The way Man United play was horrible. Yes, I'm saying it. Again, if you doubt me, go and watch the documentary in 99. No team can use that type of stupid form. Yeah, Man United fans can get angry. Thank you very much, man. Nobody can use that kind of stupid form, poor goalkeeping of Peter Schmeichel, and then go on and win the treble. I don't know how they did it, but it was just disgusting as far as I'm concerned. And you know why I brought that up? It was because I started seeing English people saying that Pep Guardiola's treble was not a beautiful one because there was no conflict, because there was no, near misses. Like, what is wrong with you? That they were just cruising, they were coasting to it. It was not hard. Okay, so because it was good means it was not hard. When MSN won the treble under Luis Enrique, was it hard? They took everybody to the cleaners. When Pep Guardiola left, and what's the name of that coach that came in? Is that my face that came in and immediately won the treble? Was it hard? Okay, so I mean, you're good. And I don't understand all this talk of the 99 treble is the best one because they were always on the verge of losing semi-finals and quarterfinals against Chelsea in the FA Cup. They almost got they won 2-0 against Arsenal. Dennis Beckham wasted the penalty in the 91st minute, and then Raggy scored a goal. But again, it was just not beautiful. They were horrible as far as I'm concerned. And people trying to create a narrative to make it look like that's the best treble ever. I don't agree. But then we look at all of that. Now let's come to the City conversation. This is a part where it needs to lead to what we're talking about today. Man City had gone many years without winning. And then Arsenal, won their last one in the 2003-2004 season. But let's leave that one. Then Chelsea showed up out of nowhere, won it back-to-back. And then Alex Ferguson again won 3 straight. Okay, and then Chelsea came back and won. This time it was Carlo Ancelotti. Before he could learn how to speak English, he had already won the Premier League title. And then Man United did another one, and then City did it again, and then Man United did it again. But now let's start with this. This is where we're going to start. 2011-2012. Look at it carefully. The predominant team in this era was Man United. Let's even go to the Premier League era now. From 1992 up until 2010, or 2011, Man United was the predominant, de facto winner of the Premier League. And then all of a sudden there was the dotted line of Blackburn Rovers in 94-95 season. There was Arsenal in the 97-98 season. There was Arsenal again in the 2001-2002 season, and then the 2003-2004 season. And then Chelsea won it back to back. And then again, Chelsea showed up in 2009-2010 season and won it. But then again, Man City showed up. So when Man City first won it, it was more of, the noisy neighbor, they were lucky, they found money, they just won it. This, remember, Man United was coming second for the 15th time. And when Man City won it in 2012, it was their third league title. They had also been second 3 times in their history. So this is not a club that have great tradition of winning the title, but they were different. The following season, they came second. Manchester United won their 20th league title and the last one that they've won since. Okay, and the Man City came second. This time it was their 4th time of coming second, and then they equaled the 4th by winning it in the 2013-2014 season. Chelsea showed up again, remember, with Jose Mourinho, and won their 5th league title. So Chelsea with Jose Mourinho have 3 Premier League titles. Man City won their 5th second position. Leicester in 2015-2016 came first, and Arsenal came second for the 9th time in their history, and Leicester won it for the very first time. Now let's push it further down the road. Let's see where I'm going to with this. And then before you know it, Antonio Conte showed up and won Chelsea their 6th league title, with Spurs now testing second for the 5th time in their history, first time in the Premier League era. Man City won it back to back, and this time it was Pep Guardiola. But in between, in the COVID era, Liverpool was gifted the title. Man City came second. Again, Man City showed up after that. Since then, they've not looked back. They've won it. Man United came second. Liverpool came second. And then in the last 2 seasons, the season before and this one, Arsenal have come second, their 10th and their 11th times. Okay, but looking at this, it tells you a story. That once City came in and challenged in 2012, they started improving the squad. From Roberto Mancini's squad to Manuel Pellegrini's squad, they now had Yaya Toure and the rest of them, and then they went on and on. And the first time they won it back to back was with Pep Guardiola, and then after that they lost it to Liverpool, and then they've done 4 straight. I'm going somewhere with this narrative that I'm building up now. How would Arsenal improve against a might like City that have the capacity to improve way better? Remember when they came in 2012, they were challenging against 2 teams, Man United and Chelsea. Those 2 teams are falling far back, reminding me of AC Milan back in the day. If AC Milan is competing with you, something will just start happening to your team that makes you not to be in the title race. Now those 2 teams have gone off the race. Then Leicester showed up out of nowhere, tried to, surprise everybody. What happened to Leicester? They got relegated after winning the FA Cup. Okay, they got relegated. They just got promoted now. They will not try it again. They will not try to compete with this cultists called Man City. Now, whether Man City is done killy, and then Man United tried to rear its ugly head again. They cast and bind them in 2017-2018. Man United came in second. Okay, they cast and bind them. Liverpool came in second. They cast and bind them, but the following season Liverpool was stubborn. They won it, and Man City came second. They didn't like it. They went straight to winning it. And then Man United, who came second in 2021, have not, tested anything around that area again. Then there's Liverpool, who now showed up second. Look at the race with City a bit. Liverpool have never done back-to-back second, right? So now Arsenal have done back-to-back second. What does Arsenal need to do to improve and say, okay, we can take the leadership, the winning position? Or are they going to be like Man U, Chelsea, and the rest? And before you say money, remember Chelsea spent billions. 1 billion. It didn't change anything. Remember, Man United spent more money than Arsenal in the last 2 transfer windows. It didn't change anything, okay? Liverpool here, you might say they've not spent that much money, but nothing is changing. Is City going to start coming down and Arsenal is going to take over? What must they do? Leave Spurs after the conversation. This is big boys conversation. What must they do to become a team that challenges for the title? Chelsea is a team that you cannot just wake up and say, calm them out. No, Chelsea are not Spurs. Chelsea are Chelsea. You must respect them. I think that looking at the way they ended that season, that this season on Sunday, you could say that there are signs, there are glimmer. The players that are young are now one season more experienced. So Cole Palmer will look at winning the best young player and almost getting the top goal scorer and say, look, let me go again and see if I can challenge the Norwegian tour. Norwegian tour is not going anywhere. Barcelona is not going to have him. Real Madrid is not going to have him. So he's still going to be with us. And then Norwegian tour will look at himself and say, I won the Golden Boot, I won the league title, but I had a bad season. I'm going to improve on that. And that means that there's going to be fire in his eyes as he comes in for the next season. So you look at all of that. Kevin De Bruyne cannot also beat his chest and say, oh, I had a great season from 20 assists or 18 assists to 10 assists. Not a good one. You could also excuse the injuries and all that. And then Fofana will say, okay, yes, I still need to build on this and play out the season, but I still need to improve. Jeremy Doku, Grealish, a few other players still needs to improve and fit into the system. If that team is going to improve, and I think that they're going to sign some players, where will the challenger find their footing? What does Chelsea do? What does Man United do? What can Arsenal do to be better? That's the real conversation. And then if you have any question that we need to tackle from a tactical point of view, we will. Reginald is back again with a list of questions I'm going to answer as the show progresses. But let me see what you guys have got. And let me also see if there is any transfer story that we should talk about. If there is none, we move on and we keep the show going the way it should be. Well, let's look at this one first, okay, and see if there is anything for us to talk about. This one was from yesterday that I was supposed to read that I did not. I don't know if it is important to read it now, but okay, let's take it. We hear that Vincent Company. That's the reason why I want to take it. We hear that Vincent Company is on Bayern shortlist. Is Vincent Company that good? What did he do? You know, in a season where he's still got relegated, that he's been mentioned in such high places. He's a very good manager. He's a black man. He's a Belgian, and he's getting mentioned. Just the fact that he's getting mentioned is something very important. Can we just throw Sonderlise's name in one of these two? Bayern is looking for coach. You know, Man United is looking for coach. Sonderlise is somebody that they're looking to get. I think I still like Sonderlise. I think he deserves to have one more shot at coaching, and let's see what happens. Okay, a lot of people have opinion about him, but I think that he's a great guy. He's a great guy. Yeah. Everybody have their flaws. I'm not going to sit here and judge anybody and say we're perfect. We're not. But let me take the first set of comments that have come in, and we'll take it from there. Habiba, did you say Tactical Tuesday? Let's go. Habiba, did you say I have some tactical questions, boss? I would love your take on it. Abigail, okay. This is our off and on Tottenham Hotspur girlfriend. Okay. So good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Habiba, have you seen her TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter? She's doing well. She's doing well. Sports Matter, I think you should check it out. Go search for Sabigal. Sabigal on TikTok, right? Yeah. SABI Sabigal. Sabigal is GYAL. Yeah, go search for her on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. She's doing a very good job with Sports Matter. You can enjoy her. Sometimes she wear these eyelashes that look like cellophane. There's no light. She's always sweating, so she need the eyelashes to. You go and check her out, and then come back and correct me if I'm wrong, but. And then she's sexy, right? She's sexy like somebody who's dating on goat milk and all that honey stuff. You know that thing that they do, that Kama Sutra thing that they do in Indian side of life. Leave Kayamata. Kama Sutra is the top of the line. Or you go to Brazil and get the orchid bath. Okay. Oh God, why am I? It's not sexy Tuesday. Is it that good pour me acid now? She's not well, and then I'm talking about another woman like this. Okay, Abiba, then you say question one: how do you play against a team that plays a high press with a narrow 4-4-2 when pressing? This is a question, a jump question. Oh, wait a minute. This is the time for me to bring Ayeri. I don't know. Say this guy jump question they wait for me. It's time to bring in Koshayori. He's the expert. He's the current expert, is the informed expert. Me, I'm an analyst. This is a coaching question. This is not a analyst question. I could answer it, I would, but let me give it a try. Like I always say that on this station, we do our best, on this channel, on this station, wherever you're listening from, we do our best to get the expert to talk. There's nothing wrong with that one. Okay, so I forgot Finidi. No, let me not put Finidi on the spot like that. No, Finidi is a top man. Let me not put him on the spot like that. It's not good. That's not a. It's not a wise move to do right now. He's got his own media run to do. Okay, so Abi Biodigit, you say question one: how do you progress play with against a team that plays a high press with a narrow 4-4-2? That's like a diamond formation, right? A narrow 4-4-2 is a diamond formation. They're not spread wide. They're covered through the middle. So for me, if I'm the coach of the team, let me say the team that I coach. I coach about 3 different teams, right? But let me start with the Jaramax team that I coach. Because of the quality of the players that I have, a team that is narrow in the middle, 2 ways to beat them. I am not one who go long. I hate to go long because the problem with going long is that the ball, every time you lift the ball over the head of the midfield, it's a 50-50 chance. Your players can get it. The opposition players can also get it, and that's not a chance that I like to take. But you said they are doing a high press, it means that there will be gap between them and their goalkeeper. Okay, so if you go high, sometimes you don't have the quality of players that can hold the ball that are fast, you can go high. But for me, I will spread the ball wide, not bother myself about that midfield, because whatever made them go narrow in that midfield means that they're very comfortable with the ball in that midfield, and that's why they're going narrow. Like they have a Balak, Mikel Obi, Frank Lampard, and Makelele, whoever they have in that their midfield. So they are very certain that if the battle comes to the rough of that midfield, they would beat me to it. So I'll go wide. What I'll now do is to push my fullback to move forward a bit, because don't forget that they're doing a high press. And then if I put my wide players to go forward, it will be easy for them to go outside. So what I do is I'll call my wide guy, the 2 guys on the wide, to come back, but not coming back straight down, but come back into the middle, because whatever happens, if they get the ball from us, they are going to play through that middle. Drop into the middle, E2. Okay, so when we get the ball, the fullback, that's the thing that Antonio Conte did with Victor Moses. The fullback goes on the trot to get on their bike, because that way, when we get the ball, it is also hard for us to fall into offside position. That's 1. 2, it is also easy for us to take the ball, and then there's space to run. And then remember those 2 guys on the wide who ran into the middle, plus the striker that we already have, and then our midfielders that are playing. We'll push forward if we get to the wide side, so you can make up your decisions whether to cross for the last pool, to get in for the first pool, cut back for the Lampard that is running in, or the Gerrard that is running, anybody, to make it easy for you to score. So I'll go wide. I'll play 3 at the back, 2 wing back that will keep running, that are very fast, but also very good on the ball. Because it is one thing to be fast, it is another thing to be good on the ball, play in tight spaces. That's how I will approach it. I don't know how you would approach it, but that's how me, as a manager of the team, as a coach of the team, that's how I approach it. Because again, I think it works all the time. But in a case where these guys are good, like they have a Thuram and a Cafu or a Roberto Carlos also on their backside, and you're not passing anywhere, okay, it's hard for you to pass, then I'll go dirty. I'll go long. The reason your question said they're doing a high press. High press means, no matter how good the tactics is, there is a deficiency to it. High press is what made Tottenham Hotspur not to make the top 4. It's not because they wanted to deny Arsenal a chance. No. As Spurs, if you play that City game 20 times, City will be there 25 times. It's not that. Let's all this banter talk, because the talk. Spurs were shitty coming in. This is a team that in 5 games they've lost 4. High press means that you're vulnerable at the back, because you're sacrificing one thing for another. It's just like the Arsenal team this season. They find their balance in every area. Declan Rice can cover the ground for 2. So it means that Martin Odegaard doesn't have to work that much. If you notice this season, he's had one of his best seasons this season. Because again, Ben White didn't go out injured for long this season, and then you had the 2 centre-back who had now come to understand themselves very well. And then you have a sweeper goalkeeper who knows when to come in and cut the leftover flop. that happened. So that's why people say, oh, they did not make a lot of saves. No, it's because Ben White, Declan Rice covers a lot of ground in that midfield and makes the job easy for the two centre back. But in doing that, they sacrifice one thing. Arsenal sacrifice one thing: the ability to play another creative midfielder. You see, Man City have Rodri defending, but then they have Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, who help to create spaces. So Kevin De Bruyne made 10 assists, Bernardo Silva made 9 assists. That's 19 assists for goals. Then you now add the ones that are coming from the white guys, the one that are coming from Phil Foden and the rest of them. Now, that sacrifice is what killed us now, because the expectation is that Kai Havertz to do it, but then Kai Havertz is expected to do a lot of things like drop into midfield, run into the attack, press, and do all that. There is no clear-cut striker. It was like that season when Man City won the title without a top striker. But then what we forgot was that the midfield was a full Arsenal, like a full mercenary that had men, not boys. Okay, so that's the thing with any type of tactics you play. If you decide to sit back, you sacrifice an attack. If you decide to go a high press, you're sacrificing the solidity and the closeness between goalkeeper and the defense that could cause you problems. So if you have running players, remember when Man City did it against Wolves when they had Adama Traore. You see how Adama Traore took them to the cleaners. Eventually they picked up a red card. Man City were leading 2-0 in that game, but they ended up losing the game 3-2. If you guys remember, it's still like this. And if you look at Man City, Tottenham Hotspur, the best time to remember is under Martin Yol and Wanda Ramos, and I know a lot of even sports fans will not remember this. Martin Yol, I think I was in ITV at the time, and I remember there was this game to work out Arsenal versus Spurs, and Spurs were playing high line. They were just going forward because they have attacking player, which is very fine. It gives you this false confidence that don't worry, if we get the chance we will score. But what you're doing is that you're forgetting that you're losing the back. And I remember at halftime it was 0-0, and I said to Temisan, it was me, Temisan, Dejamoto Ibo were in the studio at the time, and Bode Ogunti, and everybody was talking about how Spurs were very good, Arsenal is going to crack, this blah, 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 blah. And I said, coming in the second half, Arsenal will score 4 goals. And again, back in the day, you know how audacious I can be with my analysis. Like, they are not real. They are not reasonable. And I said, Arsenal is going to score 4 goals because Spurs have done all the running in the first half. Arsenal have, tried to move with the ball. Yeah, and you know how they say, if you don't want to burn too much energy, let the ball do the running. But Spurs have done all the running, 90 minutes runs for 45 minutes. Second half, they are going to try and think, okay, Arsenal is tired now, we're going to do it. But Arsene will introduce to workouts at any given time, and if he does that, even though Arsene is very slow at making a substitution, but this game does look like a game where I think they had Jose Benayoun playing that time. They removed him, and then they brought in to workout in the 60th minute. Game was 1-0 in favor of Spurs. Arsenal won the game 5-1. It was that crazy, and at the end, I think it was one of those games where Tinubu was watching, Tony was watching. After the game, they called me like, how do you know this was going to happen? Excited when they are watching with their friends, bosses. That Arsenal was going to score. I don't know. I just know football. It's not like I know Arsenal were going to score, but I just know football, and some things are easy to predict. To be very honest, some things are easy to predict, especially when you're looking at it. And that's exactly what that system was. Okay, so you said, how do you break down an opponent that defends in a narrow 5-4-1 formation? This is sitting back. This one here. So back in the day when I started coaching, this formation was one of those formations that almost everybody, when we first started, nobody took us serious. And we were like renegade. We were like outcast. Selected boys that were rejected from other teams. I just go pick them. Okay, come. I started teaching them. I was really teaching them football because, again, if you see anybody who played that, they'll tell you that I taught them football, not just coach. Because you say play ball, come out. No, I taught them football. Go to classroom as the first coach. Any coach in Warri will tell you this. As the first coach, I take players to the classroom. I'll show you the field. I'll tell you what the opponent. I go to their training ground. I go watch the opposition. Sometimes I disguise. I wear hoodie. I sit behind people, just observe, taking notes, and then I go back. It got to a time people banned me from coming to their training because, again, you want to blame me. You're looking at 4-5-0. 4-0 is minimum, right? So I taught them how to play football. And I remember at one time, from not taking us serious to not being like against us. Nobody wants to play us, but then if it's the state league or FA Cup or competition, you have to play us. And I remember most people when they will revert from playing 4-4-2 or 4-2-4, which is the predominant style of play back in the day, to playing 5 at the back, sitting back, waiting. And I remember you have to improve, you have to change. For me, let me speak for me now, because I'm not going to speak for other coaches. For me, I know that no matter how good a team is at defending, attacking always win, right? So I put the team where I trust my wide players a lot, because the wide players have the power to cause all the havoc you need. Remember Frank Ribery and Ian Robben and Ido Johnson. It always worked. Marco Vamas and Ray Parlour. It always worked. Alfred Youngberg, Marco Vamas. It always worked. Andrea Kanchelskis, Mark Hughes. It always worked. Ryan Giggs, David Beckham. I don't know any time that hasn't worked. It always works. When you're white players, you have white players that are efficient. Marco Vamas, if you need a judge, your opponents are dead. So I had this boy called Friday Omovie, and I have this other guy called Kevin Didikumo, and I told them that listen, we're not going to play narrow, because normally we go forward and we angle into an arrow. We narrow closer, and I expect my fullback, Gordon Omunubo, and what's the other guy now? I forgot to listen. They come forward and then they bump in the crosses. So I told them that, see, there are 3 tricks to crosses, 3 basic tricks. I learned that from Andy Sinclair. 3 basic tricks to crosses. If the opposition have more men in the box, spin the ball, put a spin on your cross, but put it chest and waist level. So the thing with putting a ball on waist level is there's only one person that is in a safe position to save that ball. It's the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, because he can use his hand, he will pick it. He's within the safe zone. But remember, the ball is spinning. So it's not just a bump. It's not a cross like a loop or a lift. It's a spinning ball. Meaning that if your tip of your hand touch the ball before your grip, the ball will spin out of your hand. If you've ever played tennis, right? When you put a spin to the serve, you spin it and you serve it this way, the guy picks the ball and the ball is going to Lokoja. So it's the same thing with football. It's just bring that trick into football. So when you teach your players to always cross the ball in 3 places, no, don't search for the head. If you go back to our Japan 93 squad, that's most likely what Fani Amu taught the players. Because most of the crosses that Uruma scored, you could see that it was either chest level or waist level, putting his head, taking the risk to put it there. Again, most people don't know how to defend crosses like that. That's 1. 2, if the goalkeeper is not touching it, between this torso, between your chest and your waist, you always struggle what part of your body to use to control the ball, whether to put your chest down or to bend your head down or to raise your leg up. It's always confusing, and you're going to take those decisions in split second. If he hits your torso, that ball is ricocheting into the first pole. So you have to teach your players, like they say, information is what determines formation. Not all this formation is just numbers. The right information would dismember any tactical arrangement that they have. Or you put it on the ground. Now the thing with putting it on the ground, if the goalkeeper if the defender is standing well, facing the ball, it's an easy clear for him. It'd be like So Campbell or Toby Adewale or Jack Stam or Rio Ferdinand. But most times, let me tell you the trick about this thing. Oh God, it feels like I'm back in coaching. The trick about it is, if you want to play all your crosses on the ground, or say 50% of your crosses on the ground, don't expose the winger from the play. Let your winger be your decoy. What do I mean by that? Play inside, play into the midfield, play inside, and then your winger runs behind and you give him the ball and then he waves it in. What that does is, because you're playing inside, the opposition defender are standing facing you. I wish there's a board here that could just do all this thing. As standing facing your midfielder. By the time you turn the ball, what happens is they're turning either 45 degrees or 90 degrees. So somebody is facing you like this and you whip the ball behind to a winger. So it's turning like this. This is 45 degrees. This is 90 degrees, okay? So their leg it's not in a place where he can easily clear. Again, remember that every ball you clear, there is also the balancing foot. Then if you have the opportunity to study your opponent very well, you put your strongest man who crosses the ball against the weak foot of the other guy, of the other opposition. It's a whole lot. It's attention to. There's a lot of attention to details to this thing that I'm just saying now. But that's how it works. So it first of all neutralizes whatever there are 5 men at the back, 4 in the midfield, which is 9 players behind the ball defending and all that. No, but you must. I tell people that if I go to screen any team, any group of players, I don't screen players for wing first. I first look for players who are comfortable with the ball. Not player where they play ball like saying a fire, like they're in a hurry to kick the ball out. No. When you receive the ball, there are 3 arrows in football. Every other thing is just icing on the cake. Receive, retain, and return. That's the whole 3 principle of the game. Every other thing is addition. You can buy it from ShopRite and add. But the 3 things you come to the market with, it's like being a broadcaster, you must know how to talk. Oh, I have a baritone voice, that's an extra. Okay, I have the worst voice when it comes to broadcasting. But I've got the knowledge that people who have the baritone voices, the George Sense of this world, the Big Eddie, this Debode Alapa of this world, the Tony Becker remote, they don't have, right? So it's not the knowledge is good, don't make no mistake about it, it's great. But the basic requirement first. I mean, sure you go first pass WAEC and JAM before you enter university. Then we'll come to talk about whether you can get first class or you don't get first class, or whether you will study medicine or you will study law, you will study any of those things, right? So the basic requirement is 3 arrows: how to receive the ball, how to retain that ball, because not every time the ball comes to you, you must pass. There are times where your team gets zoned out, marked out, and there's nothing you can do. In that situation, that's where you need your Iron Robben, your Zidane, your One Roma Requeme, your Fabregas, your Foden, those Paul Scholes, those Xavi and Iniesta, those guys, Luka Modric, those guys who can either use one pass to destroy an entire wall of defense or can wiggle their body and display 4 players. Zidane was very good at it. He gets the ball, he turns. In that trapper turning that he does, it turns like this. 4 players don't go follow the anointing. The Indaboski don't carry them go. So it's always, a tactical arrangement first. The best tactics any coach can bring to a game. Leave all this one way. Nigeria will say, if they play 4-3-3, they play 4-4-2. And most time when I hear Nigerians talk about that, I was like, the people who don't know ball for Nigeria and they get mad pass. All those things are balderdash. The real element of football is when your player receives the ball, what do they do with the ball? It does not. You see that pass that Toni Kroos, it was against Man City or so, that Toni Kroos used to part the Red Sea and gave what's his name? Vini, right? Vinicius Junior. Nobody teach you that in school. You receive the ball. There is a possibility that if I trend this ball through that middle, Vin is a wide player. Is he going to run into the middle? Is he going to run wide? He made an attacking run and the ball went to him and he just opened up his chest, his shoulder, and then the ball is in the net. Now, in most cases, it was against Bayern, I think. So Bayern, yeah. In most cases, he might lose the ball. But first off, as a midfielder, that pass alone, one of the guys who were very good, people who were very good at it, Vominia Buban, Robert Prosinecki, Stefan Effenberg, who I think Kevin De Bruyne is like copying 100%. And then you have another player who adds speed and ability to pick a pass to it. It was different. It was tiny, it was small, but it had the power of a horse and the speed of a cheetah, but the brain of an eagle. Okay, the eyes of an eagle. Ricardo Kaká. Okay, in his day, those kind of players. First, you have to get those kind of players in your team. Players who are comfortable with the ball, not the ones who Moses Simon. You get 10 chances on the wide side, or Jeremy Doku, you raise leg and come on. So you have to get those kind of quality players. It makes your coaching easy. People say you're a magician, you're a wonder guy. No. It's because of the quality of the players. That's why it's a collective, right? It's a collective. Look at Inter Miami, whipping boys of the MLS. All of a sudden, it seems like the coach is a magician. I know it's not a magician. You have Sergio Busquets in the midfield, cutting off every opposition. You have the combination of you have Abba also going. They are recreating Barcelona. That's how much David Beckham must love the Barcelona that is reassembling them at retirement. to change the MLS, okay? Because again, football is going to improve in the US after the World Cup. So he's going to be part of the story of the people who changed it, right? So that's how that one is. I hope I've answered your question very well. I've been walking me to do without pass regional. He said, as a coach, what areas of the field do you want your team to initiate the press? First off, presses are in zones, okay? There is defensive press, there is attacking press, there is also the midfield press. But the way I like my team to do is, I always say that half of the field to their side is their own. Whatever they are doing with the ball in that area, it's not really my concern. Do a partial press so they are not too comfortable. But you see, once they enter that arc, that circle, they are coming and they're about to enter our zone. That circle is a demilitarized zone, but after that is a no-fly zone. You must also, because again, with press, you must understand that positional discipline is better than press. Some people go press wrongly. Positional discipline works well for me. You must know what your position is, hold the line well at the back. Everybody must move a basket, and we must make sure, like in the way it is in basketball, our defense must be very, very optimized in such a way that no matter how they do, if they carry the ball to the left, we are webbing ourselves like this, and they can bring it again to this side, we're webbing ourselves like this, to a point where instead of coming forward, they go back. If as long as they're passing back, no problem. We will get the ball now. We will build our own attack. That's the way I see it. Abib says, what sort of coach are you? Do you like the coach attacking patterns? If yes, what patterns do you coach, or do you like the players to be or do you like the players to be free? So first off, I'm an attack-minded person. Okay, I'm a wide player. I'm of the belief, until Jose Mourinho changed it, but I'm of the belief that a team that is defending cannot win titles, right? But Mourinho changed it. Okay, but Mourinho does attack anyway, but the strength of his team is in defense. I'm not really big on defending. I just know that I need at least 5 or 6 ball jugglers in my team. Because if you can't take the ball off us, how you want to win us? Not be bored until the score goal. Again, I believe in my principle in life is earth, wind, and fire, right? That's the 3 strongest elements. Earth, wind, and fire. Earth is stability, defense. Wind, then you add water. Okay, earth, wind, and fire, but you add water. Wind is that sporadic attack that you don't know where it's coming from. It just comes. Good example is Overmars. Another one is Aaron Robben, and then Frank Ribery. You can also add Edu Johnson in that conversation, or Ryan Giggs and Andrea Kashevskis. I know those names are too old for some of you to know. Mark Hughes, not the coach, the player. Then that guy was, or Montella, or Cassano. Those guys were fantastic players. We really don't have footballers anymore. Wayne John, Finidi George was a bit slow anymore. Tijani Babangida, when your position is playing the highlight, Tijani Babangida is the best guy you need. He's the best guy, because once you put that ball there, by meeting at the center, somebody must be at the center of the goal. He will pass the ball. He will cross it on the ground. He will do the cutback. It's easy, but he never got the credit I deserve because of the time he came in. So for me, I like players expressing themselves within the ambit of the rules that I have created, but that we both agree to create. I'm attack-minded at all time. I could play any formation. I do not believe that a coach have one formation. What I believe is my opponent determine how I play. So if I have an opponent that playing in a particular way that does not favor my 4-3-3 or 4-4-2 or 4-2-4, I'm not going to say, okay, we either fail. Let's go. No. I tweak my tactics. Sometimes in a game, my tactics can go from one formation to another formation, depending on what is happening. They could make a substitution and I counter. It's like playing chess. Okay, they make a move, they make a whole move. It's not like, oh, let's be fixated. What's happening? I'm missionary. Football is, I always say to people, football is like sex. You do missionary too much, you no longer enjoy it. You do doggy too much, you no longer enjoy it. There's going to be like dynamism in all the things you do with football. That's it. I mean, I'm believing that everybody who watches here is, when you sign up to Google, when you sign up to your YouTube channel, your YouTube account, you say you are over 18, right? So nobody should say I'm spoiling them here. Tosi Lema, they say, good morning, boss. Good morning, house. Good morning to you. By the way, what do you think aid any team playing first 9? Possession or creativity? It's actually both, because the reason why you're playing a false 9 is that you're saying I cannot afford to give up the midfield battle. Okay, it's the battle of Göttingen. I cannot give up this Golan Heights. This Golan Heights is my place of dominance. And again, remember, almost every successful team have always had the dominance in midfield. The Barcelona team that dominated, the Real Madrid team that dominated, the Chelsea team that had N'Golo Kante, the Mourinho team that had Makaleli, the one that had Mikel Obi. You dominate midfield and you take it. The reason why that Liverpool team with Frank Lampard, with Gerrard, they win the league title was that they didn't have league dominance. But they went to Europe, they had Xabi Alonso, they have there's another Spanish boy that I'm always forgotten his name too. Something Xavier Alonso, Gerrard, one of that guy. There's one of that guy that was also in that midfield. They dominated and their game suit the European style. But then the English style, they didn't have the power to weather because there was no natural defensive midfielder. Go back and look at that Liverpool team. There was no natural defensive midfielder. Even the Jurgen Klopp team, that's why they won only one title that was gifted to them in COVID. They really did not have a natural defensive midfielder. Jurgen Klopp believe in this principle of, don't worry, my center back, Virgil van Dijk, would hold it for everybody. Let's just get it going. No, the structure of your team must have a natural defensive midfielder, a guy who stays and say, you know what, well, we die here. That's what Rodri is. He's the metronome. He's the guy who controls the sound, the tempo. He's the one who decides whether we're going to go up, high the octave, or no, bring it down. It's so high. That key that you're entering the song is not good. It will kill us in the middle. There must be that guy. There must be Pep Guardiola in your midfield. There must be a Sergio Busquets in your midfield. There must be somebody who neutralizes the movement of the game. So, it's creativity based because again, look at Iniesta and Xavi. They were so creative; they could make it happen. It doesn't require much of tactics anymore, but it requires the creative mind of the players and then the instinctive play of your forward players is very, very key. When they get the ball, are they going to break it and dribble out? Are they going to whip it in once? Is the striker going to close his eye and not the ball into the net? Is he going to jam the ball once? If you look at the goal that Sebastian Haller scored for Cote d'Ivoire, that's not training, that's instinctive. And going in is 50-50. If I think too much, the defender will kick the ball. So let me just put my leg, peradventure to ricochet and enter the net. If you touch it, give yourself no problem. Instinctive play is very key. So you allow creativity and possession because again, how can you be creative without possession? Are you going to be creative without the ball? You must. All your creativity runs with the ball, so it's the best of both. Habib Ayado, you say, what is the drawback to playing a 4-4-2? The drawback of every formation, not the 4-4-2, is the mindset of your players. So, you know that thing they say that you win your matches in the dressing room before the match, right? What is the mindset of your players? If the players come into the game thinking that we are superior, we are better than these guys, there's no way we can lose. The Man United, the Alex Ferguson players' mindset. There's no way we can lose. We're not losing today. Then it doesn't matter what formation you play. Every formation have the same drawback. That drawback is the mindset of the player. I want you to hear that thing they say is the mentality. Look at sports. Sports is a very good example. Let me give you a list of... let's look at the coaches that have come to sports. List of... Sorry, guys. List of past sports coaches. Good. Let me show you some. I'm not going to go from the time they started in 1898, but let's just stay with damn. Oh, that's not what I want. What they're giving me is okay. Let me deal with this. Let me even take it. I don't want to go too far. I want to take it from. Okay. Osvaldo Ardiles, after George Graham, Christian Gross, all those ones you guys don't know. Osvaldo, very attack-minded coach. But what did he do? Nothing. Jackie Santini, very attack-minded coach. Wandy Ramos, attack-minded coach. Martin Young, great guy. Clive Allen, short-time coach. Chris Hughton, who went to Ghana, short-time coach. Andrej Villas-Boas, you guys know what happened. Glenn Hoddle, another attack-minded coach. Jose Mourinho, Peter Shreves, Antonio Conte, what's his name now? Mauricio Pochettino, attack-minded. Ryan Mason, Harry Redknapp, Tim Sherwood, Angel Postecoglou. You see, all of these coaches are all attack-minded coaches. But the mindset of the club is Winning is not important to us. That's the way it is. Winning is not important to them. So while you're trying to flog this horse to drink water from the river because you think that the horse is dying of thirst, the horse is telling you, I'd rather die than drink water. I'd rather die than drink water. So it's the mindset of the players that's really key. If you don't fix that mindset, like you go coach, you go shout for bench, you're tired. You say, can you predict the tactical trends that will dominate football in the next few years? Depends on the coaches. I don't know. I can't predict that. But I think that tiki-taka 4-3-3 is still the formation that works generally for everybody because it puts a good balance. Once you lose the ball, one man in front joins the midfield, they become 4. So it's still 4-4-2, or 2 of them joins in, they become 5 in the middle. And then as they're coming back again, they become like from 4 at the back to 6 at the back and all that. Again, is just transition. It's transition that matters. Abib says, can you highlight the merits and the demerits of zona marking? I hate zona marking. The problem with zona marking is nobody knows who they are marking. They just say, okay, everybody, let's put them in this zone. You are blind to the man that is running. That's what Oliver Bierhoff used greatly to his advantage. Then there was the era where, if you notice, the era where zona marking was predominant, headed goals were more. Oliver Bierhoff, Filippo Inzaghi, Alan Shearer. These guys will sneak up on you like a cat. I don't know where. Film, the ball goes. Tam, it's in the net. So I don't like zona marking. But by mark your man, the guy where they your front, so now your guy. Hold it down. We're 11 against 11. 10 players against 10 players. So I don't understand why we're zona marking. Zona marking who now? So who do they leave the job for? Because again, it comes to the point of, I think say you follow Ramo. I think say you don't with them. I think say, no, I can't tell what is in your mind. I can only tell you what I want to do. If I'm marking my man, it is my responsibility on this corner, on this cross, on this run. Not, okay, I want to hear, we don't come, no, come on, mark your man. Zona kill you there. Jerry Sampson say, boss, good morning. If Nigeria break up and divide into different zones, would you like it? There's strength in numbers. I'm not one of the advocates of Nigeria breaking up. Actually, I don't think that the way we are as a people, we are going to be better if we break up. No, the same elite behavior is cut across everywhere. The budget that I've been given to NDDC, where I come from, the reason why I'm not saying we will benefit anything, the budget that I've been given to NDDC is enough for the Niger Delta states to be like Dubai. All them Akpabio shopper, not just happen. I'm the Senate president today, and some other people, all them Amori, all the rest, they shop the money. You understand me? Now, if you break up, now the same element go do the different zone. Now the same Grand go do north. Now the same Benga Daniel go do here. Now the same Saraki go do Kwale. Now they go still be Kwara. Now they go be the elite where go rule. Now this same mindset, you don't ever hang out. See, I hang out with some of these people, their children. You don't ever hang out with their children. You see the life they are living, and like, okay, 35-year-old spending in one outing, spending 15, 20 million. What sense does it make? It doesn't make sense because this guy need a walk. Now our collective resources. That's why again I've cut off all those kind of relationships because I don't want to go sit down with these people because bets of the same feather flock together. I don't know. I like people who say they work hard to make money. So whether we break up or we not break up, the first thing Nigeria needs to face is what America did. America fixed their mindset from the beginning. They fix their mindset, make their constitution strong, make their institutions strong. So if Nigeria break and institutions not strong, police go see slap you for road. You understand? Police go see beat you. They go say harass you. They go see rape girl. If you go police station, go report. You go see. They go say ask and say what do you wear? What do you go find there? Because our mindset is terrible. We have a very terrible mindset. Nigeria. The last time we discussed, I don't want to have that conversation. I beg. Breaking up does not solve our problem. Our problem is our mindset, the way we think. First off, all of the people who trained us, the education we got was bad. The religion that they give us is the worst. Like church is the worst thing that happened to this country. The worst thing that ever happened to this country is church. And then our culture, it became a slave. So there's nothing. We need to start like re-engineering that change through how we raise our children. Once we teach them, the way we teach them, the way we grow them, and what we tell them, maybe then we cannot talk about if we divide. As I talk to you, so you know, say they appoint your friend now into one ministerial post. The first thing you tell them, say we wash up. What do you want to wash? the rock wash. The money where they want to do that wash is so not be stealing, won't steal. Who budget for them? Is washing part of the responsibility of an appointed government official? No. Next thing you now go tell us say you know some apartment where they do Airbnb, you go arrange bill for them because that's what we do. We do these things because now the opportunity for us to get to line our pockets. You start suggesting things that are not really pivotal to the good of the nation, but that are good for your pocket. And then you start wanting to travel. You start hoping that all of a sudden you're not qualified, but they should appoint you. I know how many of my friends from Warri who were like saying at the Mumu, because I'm an NFF president for 8 years, I am supposed to, and I'm entitled to be the media officer of the Super Eagles, and all those allowances and the rest I will get. You know, the way they say it, you're going to feel guilty like, no, but I fuck up. Now lie. It's not what you want to do. It's not what you want to do. So my mindset not be divided. Not be the size of Nigeria be our problem. The size of Nigeria not even nearly be our problem. So, okay, let me come back to this. The Lara said Barcelona treble would be the best for me. I support that one too, but that is in Milan treble too for the end of the 80s and the early 90s. They absolutely dominated the style of play. Plus, if you add Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, with the fact that they did it in rapid succession, I beg you. The Lara say, Laverland, Man City, the Curtis, the ball where they play, so not the Curtis for where they play. You don't see Man City football. If you do nonsense, you will collect. And I'll sit now. Curtis a bill. He said, I think Arsenal need to get the right players in the right position. Where? Because this team is the second highest scoring team in the league. Best defense in the league. Best highest clean sheets in the league. They're not still win title. What do they need to do again? Which Juju man they need to go meet? They need to call Tinubu Juju man. They need to speak Emilio for this next season in the right position and try again because Man City will do the same, just that they need to be willing to give it a push harder. 69 football says, Abigail lashes be like Fran. True. I don't confirm I'm okay. So, Abigail, you know, like say, I did run you down. I don't know whether not much in the cell whether not cleavage, but it entertain the mind. If you are stressed, you can relieve your stress. You know what I mean? What the man, what we do now? That be what God create. All things bright and beautiful, the Lord God made them all. Demola Abedi Ibrahim, he say Arsenal are experienced now. They just made little addition in their defense. And a good goal scorer who can convert their chances against the smaller teams, which I think cost them this season. Demola Abedi Ibrahim wanted to say, I don't learn something this morning. I go add them to my weekend set. Well done. Luis Garcia was the Liverpool player. A small man. But think back. Because you cannot tell me that Steven Gerrard is a defensive midfielder. He's a worker, but he's a good ball carrier. If he's a defensive midfielder, and I may say positional discipline is not good because he always run come off a position. Because he's playing like a Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard is not a defensive midfielder. That's a difference between that Liverpool team and the Chelsea team that won the title. And if you look at the Arsenal team also that struggled with those kids, which was very, very good, was the fact that at some point everybody, Daniel saying, Alexander Song, everybody wanted to be Fabregas. So they were not defending well. When they had Gilberto Silva, who knew his job, he was doing what Fernandinho came to do at Man City, you saw them. They won the title. That's the last time they won the title, right? So you obviously need that kind of stabilizer in your team to make the job easy. Today is really tactical day. Like me, and they feel as if today I walk. Like my whole body, they felt like I'm back to that my Billa days. God. Henry want to say, good morning, bros. Arsenal need one Henry, one Ashley Cole, one extra Saka, kind of fool, and a replacement for Shaka. United needs to back their coach. Chelsea needs to send Enzo on loan, and they'll make top 4. Wow. Well. I don't know if backing Man United manager is honest analysis or you just want to see Man United suffer. Because the Henry Maru sometimes go put a very straight face like Italian. They fall your hand, but you take the support you. Let me say, boss, I see Roberto Di Zerbi going back to Italy to either Juventus or AC Milan. I would like for him to go to AC Milan. I think I would like for him to go to AC Milan. I also want to see Juventus come back again and dominate. Let me say, boss, okay, I think I'm ready now. Let me say, boss, what do you think of your team Bayern naming Vincent Company as their coach target? I mean, I saw it in the news. Let's be honest here, the Premier League, Burnley didn't come prepared for it, and they got what they saw. Okay, that the Premier League, you must be prepared for it. But that does not remove the fact that we saw what Vincent Company did to gain promotion. That's not an accident. That's the true measure and character of Vincent Company. So as a management, I will sign Vincent Company saying that if I give him the tools that he needs, he will play that football. That is his football. That's Vincent Company's football. I will get him the job and then see what he does. I think that he's got something. I've watched his interview. One of the things that I look at coaches is I try to listen to them because, again, everything a coach does or a person does is coming from somewhere. A man is a product of his environment. And sometimes your environment is not where you see. Your environment can be your thought process, how your brain works. Is because what is coaching? Coaching is transferring your brain, what your ideas into players and watch them perform. It's almost like playing computer game. This time around, you're not physically pressing the button, but you're mentally pressing the button. Because all those hand signals, all those gesticulation and the rest, it's you remoting the players. So when Mourinho said it is his body but my brain, people didn't understand. But that's the truth. That's what coaching is really about. Okay? Say, you see this thing you talk about Nigeria breaking, that's what I tell people. Breaking up is not the solution. Until the rule of law is being upheld, we are not going anywhere. I agree with you. It's not breaking up. I've heard people say this thing. You know, if the Nigeria better, we just break up, we go we'll go enjoy our oil. I say, do you know you hear the talks? You know how much you don't give NDDC? That money is supposed to fix all the roads, all the schools. Worry still be like COVID where we say she's ever abandoned. Worry. The people will still use the money to go buy house for Dubai. Do you know how many Nigerians will get property for Dubai? As they say that then they give visa to Nigerians to go to Dubai. Do you know that from Nigeria they say fly from Nigeria to Dubai every day, every single day. Which work do they work? Can I ask somebody? I say, which business do Milan gets? How many staff he employ? But look at the cars in this compound. Where have we send the money to the buyer? We'll tell you say you get one property for US where they say they do Airbnb. How many people they do Airbnb for US? How many of them get those kind of those kind of properties? Let's leave the matter. Moku leave. Just they say, are there bad people in America, UK, and the likes? Yes, but what checks their excesses? The law respects no man. Once you break that law, it catches up with you. Absolutely, I agree with you. Abiba Adeji say, boss, you answered the tactical questions well, but I feel like I stressed you too much with the question. No. It's actually, we agreed on this. So anybody who's coming on Tuesday knows that if these questions are popped up, we'll abandon every other thing and we'll do it because it's the primary purpose of the day. But if there's no questions, then we'll deal with every other part of the show. Just Lemani say, another thing we need to change is our mindset, creating value on human as well. Spirit of contentment too is lacking in our society. Lately, everybody wants to make money at all costs or wrong now. Okay, how long Lord Mayor say nothing anybody won't tell me Tony Cruz for Ballon d'Or. Now let me just add up to what the last comment from Tosin Lemade. Listen, I'm a father of 3 now. Like I look at my kids that are growing up and I say, what kind of impact can they make? Because sometimes we always ask this question, what kind of country would they live in? Who they build the country where they are living? Not me and you. If we're thinking what kind of impact they will make, it now comes down to what we teach them to make them make those impacts, right? So I'm looking at the world they grow in and I'm like, okay, building their character, molding them, teaching them things. Sometimes they come back from school and complain about a classmate who did this. Sometimes I will call the school. Sometimes I say, no, you have to go back to school and deal with it. You have to face it. Challenges, I'm not always going to be there to solve it for you. Okay? I'm not always going to be there to fight for you. I'm not always going to be there to defend you. You have to go and deal with it yourself. Having said that, I think that this whole craze of I want hammer is getting too much. It's making people lose focus. People will not get skills, And then again, let me tell you one of the worst problem in Nigeria. One of the worst problem is that thing we do at service of song. I don't know, but have you ever attended any service of song and somebody came out and picked the microphone and say, this guy was a very wicked person, this person? Everybody becomes a hero when they dies. It's not good. And then they gaslight you by saying you don't speak ill of the dead. No, you speak ill of the dead. If somebody was bad when he was alive, he's bad at death. You cannot be bad while you're alive, and then when you die, you become a good person. I don't think so. Nigeria just transformed. So let me give you some very, very shocking example. When I was growing up, if a pastor died, God calls another person to take over the church. But today, if a pastor dies, even church where he no form or a pikin or a wife will take over. That's just a problem. There's a problem with that. God call you. God also call your wife and your children. I have a problem with that because that moral, that standard you're setting now is no longer God's standard. There's something wrong with it. That's one part of it. Second part of it is you see parents. Your pikin will go out, come back. Your teenage daughter, right? Your teenage daughter will go out and come back with 1 million naira phone. All of them for the family, the papa, the mama, everybody for the family, don't get up to 5,000 naira for bank, or let's say 50,000 naira for bank. Your pikin come with 1 million naira phone. And then they work, even if they work, maybe in a 50,000, 100,000 naira salary, they pay out, and they contribute to the house. So meaning that they save. You not ask them. When somebody can't give a belay, you can't say we could go find the person who give a belay. Whether they give a phone, since when they take her without asking questions, you know not say something will happen. When we were growing up, ordinary Walkman was buy when I did secondary school. Walkman was 15 naira or so that I bought it that time. My mama follow me, go reach another junction, go to the shop, buy him, buy return him. The man say no go take. My mama break him there, make sure say it not happen. Now my money, I go follow Sergio walk for Odibo Estate. Park that my mama say I no account for the money. She not there aware, so I get that money before I go buy them. Maybe the problem. So now me say I money they lost, so I take anybody money. That money was not accounted for. That was the problem. That's why until they start. All of a sudden she don't know. I did just at the time. She don't know so I get money. I can't go buy something. Huh. But she was teaching me accountability. She was teaching me to be a responsible person. I grew up. Okay, let me give you a good example. I've gone out. You see this phone? Okay, good. You're saying it now. It fell when I went to Germany. I bought the phone in Dubai. I got the phone in Dubai. And when I went to Germany last October, I said they come down from cab. Yeah, Roma. They come down for cab for. I think in Germany. Was in Germany? No. From Lisbon to Germany for airport. As we come down, right? This thing for break. I've gone to places, meeting or go hang out with people where this is your phone. Wow, I owe you. I don't understand. It owe me where? I still do my message, everything. The only thing I can do is to do maybe video call from the front because the camera is busted. But it just to stop me. But that you pressure, where is it coming from? Can I buy another phone? Yes. But this phone is not bad though, as far as I'm concerned. It's not, I don't see any problem with it. I can send my mail, I can receive my email, I can check anything, my small games that I play, whether it's Monopoly Go or soccer, anything I'm playing, I can still play. The screen is not freezing. I'm fine. But some people will just sit and say, don't be shame on my levels. No, not the levels. There's no levels. You get levels, we say you get investment. You get levels, we say your children, if anything happened. When I needed to do my son's surgery last year, over 11 million naira, I don't need to go Facebook, go beg. I'm not trying to run down people with the beg, but that be level. You want to pay your bill, that be level, not be phone. But that's the world that we live in. We must change all of those anyway. Well, before I go, let me go back to where was that thing that we're talking about? Let's wrap up with the transfer rumors that were flying over yesterday. A relegated Premier League boss is being linked with one of Europe's biggest club, while Aston Villa are preparedly keen to resign one of their former players. Okay, let's push it. Burnley manager Vincent Kompany, 38, is among the possible candidates to replace Thomas Tuchel at Bayern Munich. Vincent Kompany will be interested in taking over after emerging as a surprise candidate for the role. Bayern have had initial talks with the Belgium, whose Burnley side were relegated from the Premier League last season. Aston Villa are closing in on a deal to resign Luton Town and former England midfielder Ross Barkley on a permanent basis 4 years after the 30-year-old joined on loan from Chelsea. Arsenal wants to sign a striker before their preseason tour with Newcastle striker and Sweden Alexander Isak, 24, and Ajax 22-year-old Netherlands forward Brian Brobry top on the list. I don't know that Brian Brobry, I beg you. Anybody will know me, they tell me we do. Chelsea and Manchester United have both made a contract with Ipswich Town boss Kieran McKenna, with the Northern Irishman in the running to replace Mauricio Pochettino or Eric Ten Hag. Wolves would demand a club record 60 million for 24-year-old Portugal winger for Pedro Neto, who is a summer target for Manchester City and Newcastle. Let them go and sign him. Arsenal not for that one. Aston Villa are willing to listen to offers of Brazilian defender Diego Carlos, 31, as they look to comply with profit and sustainability rule PSR. Okay. Villa boss Emery wants to sign Barcelona and Uruguay defender Ronald Araujo, who is 25 years. I'm sure they will sell him. Stoke have expressed an interest in signing England defender Conor Cody, who is 31 years of age, from Leicester City. That Araujo, they blame him for their exit from the Champions League. I think they will sell him. Barcelona, if you put in the right money, they will sell him. Leicester are set to compete with French side Lyon and Brest for Burkina Faso forward Mohamed Konate, 26, who is out of contract with Russian club Hackman Grozny this summer. Russia with the war, people see the play for their country. Tottenham manager Angel Postecoglou has asked the club for at least 3 new signings this summer. Liam Rossini, 39, who was sacked by Hull. Remember that guy at the end of 2023-24 championship season has emerged as a contender to succeed Roberto De Zerbi at Brighton. PSV Eindhoven winger Johan Bakayoko is among Liverpool's among the players Liverpool are interested in, with Borussia Dortmund and RB Leipzig. Okay, also keen on the 21-year-old Belgian international. Manchester United are interested in Everton's English defender Gerard Brentwood, 21, and the Toffees could move for Galatasaray Colombia centre back Davison Sanchez, 27, as a replacement. Tottenham Hotspur are ready to cash in on Brazil defender Emerson Royal, 25, with Juventus, AC Milan, and Bayern Munich. Okay, Newcastle United could move for Lloyd Kelly, 25, with the English defender set to lead Bournemouth as a free agent. Why did he let his contract run out at Bournemouth anyway? Newcastle wants to bring in Valencia keeper Georgi Mamadashvili. Remember this guy, 23, to challenge England international Nick Pope, with the Georgian international likely to cost around 35 million. Not too expensive as a good goalkeeper. Chelsea demand a fee of 25 million pounds for English defender Trevor Chalobah, 24, it's a Sierra Leonean, who is expected to attract interest this summer. Corinthians president Augusto Melo will travel to England next week to speak with clubs about possible sale of 19-year-old Brazilian forward Wesley. That's all that we've got on that side of town. Thank you very much, everyone, for being on the show. Where did I stop? There's a few messages that came in after. Let me say, Bruce is scored 25 goals. That guy supposed move to big club. Well, it depends. Henry Murray, it's not to score plenty goal. It could be like Paul Onuachi type of goal. Okay, Henry Murray say another 8th position next season will be excellent for the DNA of the club. Manchester United. I'm talking and say you know they support them. Lord Mayor say, boss, I just don't know how Xavi and Laporta will work together with this their numerous quarrel. Barca should let him be so he can try the new chapter. Sure, I just make they let him go. They no great. Now they can't say okay, they want him to stay. Why are they not fighting him? Lord Mayor say Brobry in a project striker is 20 years old, black and big in size. I will not need another Lukaku. Demola, now so Lukaku project since it starts, it never finish. Demola Benny Brian say Salot of Villarreal or Derby of Girona. Who do you think can fit in Arsenal? I don't know. Arsenal look like they don't want to spend much on a striker. Well, if you look at the way they score goals this season, it's hard for them to spend money on striker. Just remember, they say, why do Chelsea want to sell Chalobah? I feel the guy has a good aura. We hardly lose anytime he starts for Chelsea. They are trying to balance the book, so sometimes it's inevitable. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for being on the show today. It's been a great time. I think I enjoyed talking tactics once again. It's been a while. It's been a long while. I think the Tuesday tactics thing I've come to stay. Let's see how it goes. I really did some good analysis today. Like I love. I don't know if you guys love it. That's the funny thing about media. You might think that you have a great show, but some people are like, oh, they are bored, they don't like it. That's funny. And then sometimes when you play that playing around, that's the one that I love, that's the best show, blah blah blah. After the show they come to you and say, that's the one that then you talk tactics and people say, oh, I don't know what you're saying, I don't understand all that thing that you're saying. But whatever it is, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do what to subscribe and help us to tell your friends to tell their friends and friends, even their enemies, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help this to grow so that we'll be able to do the things that we have in mind to do. Thank you very much for being part of the show. My name once again is Daphne Matthews. You love to come in a little bit on sports. I like to say this. They will say we rise by lifting others. But listen, guys, when they lift you up, don't be the one who wants to shit on the head of the people who lift you up. Again, get yourself prepared. Nobody wants to lift a leech. Be somebody of value. When they lift you, you can add value to the person who lifted you. Thank you and have yourself a wonderful Tuesday. Bye-bye.